Ready, Ryan?
It's week 3 for playoff football in the state of Indiana, and tonight it's a matchup between county rivals as the 10-1 Mississinewa Indians take on the 11-0 Marion Giants for the Sectional 21 championship. While just 7 miles separate the two schools, one thing is for certain: both teams have a great chance to play for a state title and even win it. And tonight is a step closer to achieving their ultimate goal. The Indians of Mississinewa enter tonight's game fresh off of a 24-14 victory against the Yorktown Tigers. While Heisman Skeens showed out as usual with 2 touchdowns a week ago, it was the defense who came up big, and defensive end Andrew Cruz was a key component.
Coach is like, oh, you got to win first down, you got to win fourth down. So I was like saying in my head and heart, I was like, I'm winning fourth down right now. We're getting the ball back, and we're winning this ball game.
A battle in the trenches a week ago against Yorktown presented offensive lineman Skylar Tackett with a true test, but a big block late freed Cade Campbell to help seal the Indian win.
We had to make some adjustment because their guys up front were tremendous. They're big, strong, and athletic. So we're just going to be like big on big. In that play, I was pulling, and I just seen a hole, and I felt Cade on my back, and I was like, we got to get it in the end zone. Just got to get something going.
Tonight, the Indians must key in on an impressive Marion Giants offense led by their leader, J.K. Thomas. The Giants are also among the state's best defensively, shutting out Delta and scoring 37 points 1 week ago, en route to tonight's Sectional 21 matchup. It's the Mississinewa Indians and the Marion Giants Sectional 21 championship matchup. Kickoff is moments away as we go live to Mississinewa High School and Gas City with our broadcast crew, Dalton Bishop and Ryan Scott.
Hello and good evening, football fans. Welcome to the famed Charlie Fisher Field here in Gas City, Indiana, as we get set for Sectional 21, the championship round. And it's the Mississinewa Indians and the Marion Giants. Marion comes into the game 11-0. Mississinewa comes in 10-1. Ian Van Winkle is with us here tonight. He is down on the sidelines. We are ready to go here in Fisher Field, Gas City. And, you know, my partner, as always, the voice of the Indians, Ryan Scott, with me. And, man, Ryan, we are finally here, the sectional championship, the game that's been anticipated for over a year now, the game that's been talked about since probably the sectional draws came out. And for some, like I said, a year. But we're here. It's Marion, Mississinewa.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's a game that Grant County has been waiting for, for a very long time. And like we said earlier before we went on air and with Jeff France on WBAT, it's going to be a dogfight tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we said, here tonight you have a very, very high-powered offense in Mississinewa, and then you look at the other side of the field, and you got a high-powered defense. So basically, it's going to come down to who can make the most plays, because either way, it's going to be a very, very close game.
Yeah, it is. And one thing that we will start off with for our quick stats, but before we get our stats going, we'll take a 30-second break, and we'll try to hear from Ian Van Winkle on the sideline. You're watching Minnesota Indians football pregame on the Tribe Sports Network.
Welcome back to Fisher Field in Gas City, Indiana, as we get set tonight for the Sectional 21 championship against two teams 7 miles apart from each other, the Marion Giants, the Mississinewa Indians. Marion 11-0, Mississinewa 10-1. The high-powered offense of Mississinewa, I got a good stat for you. There was a 2-week span where the Indians scored 103 points 58 points against Madison Grant, and 45 against Frankton. So within 2 weeks, the Indians had scored 103 points. But for Marion, they have got 6 shutouts this season, 6 goose eggs on the scoreboard. So Marion's defense is very, very high-powered. And Ryan, like we talked about, a dogfight. But, for Mississinewa, you're going to have to get out in the open field and get the short little 2, 3, 4-yard gains like we saw last week at Yorktown.
Yeah, we talked about this a lot during Yorktown. You got to eliminate the long games, and you have to play your short game. And let's start off with team stat comparison. Like always, I'll do Ole Miss, and you'll do Marion. Rushing yards per game for Mississinewa is 269. Passing yards per game is 103. Total yards per game for the Indians is 372. Tackles per game for the Indians is 80. Sacks per game is 1. And they're averaging 41 points a game.
For the Marion Giants, they average 221 rushing yards per game. In the air, they only average 60 passing yards per game. That adds up to a total of 282 yards per game. 50.3 tackles per game for the Giants. They average 1.5 sacks and 16.5 points per game. On paper, this is all Ole Miss.
Yeah, for sure. And you're going to see a lot of, back and forth, predictions and everything like that. Let's go. Moving on to team leaders. First for Mississinewa, rushing yards per game is number 21, Heisman Skeens with 111. Passing yards per game is by number 21, Heisman Skeens. Total yards per game is by number 21, Heisman Skeens with 211. Tackles per game is by number 17, Kyler Funk, with 13. Sacks per game is by number 43, Tobias Mead, and points per game is number 35, Cade Campbell with 16.
For Marion, Mr. Do-It-All, J.K. Thomas, 160 rushing yards per game. He wears number 12. Their quarterback, number 1, Keyshawn Taylor, averages 54 passing yards per game. Total yards per game is by J.K. Thomas, 190. Tackles per game, number 15, Xavier G. For the sacks per game, we'll go to number 8, Dre Aguilar, and points per game to number 12, J.K. Thomas.
Yeah, you see team leaders, some are very close together and some are not. We're going to take another 1-minute break, and we will definitely hear from sideline reporter Ian Van Winkle back in 1 minute. This pregame is brought to you by Max's Barbershop.
That we get to the IHSA got this one right and got these guys in a bracket, so it's really exciting. I can't wait, man.
All righty, thank you.
So thanks to our sideline reporter Ian Van Winkle. Had a little bit of technical difficulties there, but we've got it straightened out and got it figured out. We'll be hearing more from him later on this evening. We'll take another 30-second timeout, come back, talk more about the Indians and the Giants here from Gas City. This is Sectional 21, live from Gas City. Welcome back to Fisher Field, Gas City, Indiana, and Ryan Scott, we've got some Ole Miss stats.
Yeah, some quite interesting stats for say. Start off with Mississinewa. Since 1983 has played in 59 sectional games total. Since 1983 has played in 5 regional games total. Since 1983 has played in 1 semi-state game total. And since 1994, Ole Miss and Marion have only played 1 time in sectional play. That would have been in 2017. That would have been last year. In the semifinal, Ole Miss won 21-14, and that series is tied 1-1. And let's start off with coaches. Dalton, you go ahead and read the visitors' coaches.
Craig Chambers is the head coach of the Marion Giants. We'll hear from him in just a few moments, but 23-9 in his 3rd season at the helm of the Marion Giants. Class 4A, number 1 ranked Marion here this season. Looking at Max Preps here, Ryan, the predicted score from Max Preps, Mississinewa 42, Marion 40.
Yeah, like you just said, that predicted score. That predicted score is, all over, every website you go to, Indy Star, the John Herald. It's everywhere. It's all different scores. Let's go to Mississinewa coach Kurt Funk, 66-33 in the 9th season at the helm of Mississinewa. That would have been Class 4A. We're going to take another 30-second break, and this 30-second break is brought to you by Max's Barbershop in Gas City.
Welcome back to more of our pregame show as we continue to talk to the Marion Giants, and Coach Craig Chambers is with me now. And Coach, first off, congratulations on an undefeated regular season, but I know that that's out of the door now, and able to pick up 2 wins so far here in the sectional, and you've made it to the sectional championship. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, it was a lot of hard work, but like I said, we're excited to be here.
Talk about your football team and the things you have to do right to knock off this Mississinewa team here tonight.
We got to be physical. We got to play with patience. Try to play, minimize mistakes, and if we can do that, we have a good shot.
Health-wise, how are you coming into tonight?
We're pretty good. We got some injuries and nicks that's been aggravating the kids all season, but they've been playing through it. So as of to be late going into week 12, we're pretty healthy.
How big of a win would it be for you and your program to pick up a sectional championship here tonight?
It'd be extremely exciting for fans and the kids. Like I said, it's something we're striving for, so I'm excited about having the opportunity to play.
Coach, thanks so much for your time and good luck tonight.
All right, thank you, sir.
Craig Chambers, head coach of the Marion Giants, will continue with more sectional 21 coverage in just a few moments.
Take a 30-second break and hear some words from Mississinewa coach Kurt Funk.
Welcome back to the pregame. Joins me now is Coach Funk. First, congratulations to making it to Sectional 21 Championship. It's Week 12. How are you feeling about tonight's matchup?
We're going to have our hands full tonight. We play a really tough, undefeated Marion Giant squad that comes in with a record of 11-0. Across the board, they're good on offense, they're good on defense. So, they got sound special teams, speed all over the field. We're going to have to play our best football to win tonight, but I'm happy to be in this situation to see if we can go out there and get it done.
What does it mean to play a big rival with Marion?
It's nice. I think it's maybe a little bit bigger for both communities than we play it off as a team. For us as a football team, we kind of just try to approach every game the same, with our preparation and focus. And, obviously, the kids know it's Marion, it's a rivalry, but we've just tried to, maintain just our normal focus like it was any other game.
Two of the things that our fans, I wouldn't say necessarily are worried about, but one of them is J.K. Thomas. How are you guys going to plan to get a stop on him?
Well, he's fast. I mean, no one's had really success stopping him. I mean, he gets that ball in the open field and he's gone. Really what it boils down to is we just got to have great disciplined defense. Everything from the D-line to our linebacker play to our DB play. I mean, everybody's just got to do their job, stay in what we call our run fits, stay in their gaps, and not be selfish.
What are you going to do to stop Marion's defensive line?
We're going to try to just, we challenged our linemen, this week, our offensive linemen, they got to win their individual battles up front. And they got to take it personal, and they got to put a lot of pride in it. And hopefully at the end of the night, we make more plays in the trenches than they do.
Coach, how are you guys health-wise tonight?
Health-wise, we're good to go. I mean, we've had, a receiver, Caden Cole, out for, a few weeks now, and it doesn't look like we're going to get him back. But other than that, we're all right.
Coach, thank you for your time. Best of luck tonight.
Hey, thank you very much.
We will take a 2-minute timeout for the national anthem break and come back with more from Gas City. This is Sectional 21 action live from Mississinewa High School.
This time, I'd like to ask everyone to please rise, remove all hats. Before the national anthem, as many of you are aware, the Mississinewa High School family lost a member of our senior class. Ethan Wolf was tragically taken from us earlier this week. We'd like for everyone to keep the Wolf family in your thoughts and prayers. This time, we'd like to observe a moment of silence in honor of Ethan. Thank you. This time, the Mississinewa Crimson Pride Marching Band will honor America with the playing of our national anthem under the direction of Mrs. Andrea Van Hoff.
Welcome back to Mississinewa High School on a very good evening. Again, from Gas City, Sectional 21 Champion is underway.
Mississinewa Indians! In the spirit of sportsmanship, we ask that all fans act responsibly and courteously to those around you. Abusive language or disorderly conduct is unacceptable and not welcome at IHSAA events. Let's afford the student athletes, coaches, officials, and your fellow fans the respect they deserve. Your cooperation is appreciated. Please enjoy the game.
So, Ryan, as you were saying, we had to go to PA announcer Kurt McCollum, but looking out on the field real quick before you get back to what you're talking about, I'm telling you what, the Indian student section came in full force here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they are all geared up and red and white, and I tell you, it's probably one of the biggest that we've had this year. Like I was saying, Sectional 21 Championship is about 10 minutes away until the opening kick here at Mississinewa High School. Both teams are in their respective locker rooms and getting last-minute coaching advice from both coaches. We're going to step aside for another 30-second break. Again, this 30-second break is brought to you by Max's Barbershop. We'll be back in 30. You're watching Mississinewa Indians football pregame show on the Tribe Sports Network.
Welcome back to Fisher Field in Gas City, Indiana. And before me and Ryan get you the starters and get this game underway, we are going to turn things over to public address announcer Kurt McCollum as he will welcome both teams to the field.
Mississinewa Principal Steve Quaderer, Assistant Principal Andy Resch, Assistant Principal Chad Cruz, Athletic Director Chance Young, and Mississinewa Head Coach Kurt Funk would like to welcome Marion Head Coach Craig Chambers, his assistant coaches, players, cheerleaders, and fans to tonight's game.
as we await the arrival of the Indians. Ryan taking an extended period of time in that locker room, going over the last-minute things and making sure they are ready to go tonight.
Yeah, like you just said, I talked to Coach Funk earlier in the week, and basically we have talked all week about this game, and he says, one thing we have to do is we have to execute tonight, and I guarantee you that's what he's saying right now.
Absolutely. So we'll turn things back over to Kurt McCollum as we await the arrival of the Indians. And Ryan, the door to the locker room has opened. So it looks like we are just seconds away from the Indians taking the field. So we'll turn it back over to PA announcer Kurt McCollum as the Indian fans rise to their feet.
Here come your Mississinewa Indians!
That's bullshit.
Welcome back to Fisher Field. As you heard, Mississinewa PA announcer Kurt McCollum root the Indians on as they entered Fisher Field for tonight's Sectional 21 contest. And Dalton, the fans, especially for Mississinewa, was fired up.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Marion Giants stand on the field taunting the Indians. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. Hopefully that will not stop the Indians. But we are 2 minutes. 2 minutes away from Sectional 21 Championship Final.
Ryan, I'm telling you what, I am fired up, but I'm going to tell you one thing right now. I bet the Indians feel disrespected after what Marion just did there. Marion didn't allow the Indians to run completely onto the field, and that is the first time I have ever seen that in my 5 years here broadcasting Indian sporting events. In football, I have never seen a team stop the Indians from running onto the field like Marion just did. If I'm Coach Funk and the Indians, I take that as disrespect and motivation.
This was for tonight's game. Roger Holder, Michael Gaither, Jason Gaither, Frazier.
We say that all the, not all the time, but, IHSA teams are very respectful, but, Marion thought, we could throw them off guard a little bit, but not at all. We'll turn it over to PA announcer Kurt McCollum for the coin toss for the Indians and the Marion Giants. Will be back in 30. You're watching Mississinewa Indians football on the Tribe Sports Network.
Marion has won the coin toss. They elect to defer, and they will kick off to the Indians. Indians will defend the west goal. The Giants will defend the east goal.
So there you have it, Ryan Scott. The Indians will get the ball offensively and see what they can do as the Indian players rush the field. I'm telling you what, Ryan Scott, I know that we've said the Indians have been fired up, and I know that you're more than likely going to say this is the most they've ever been fired up this season, but I'm telling you, they are fired up.
Yeah, they are fired up, and I look to my left, and you and I have been talking with Jeff France, and he is fired up. You know, he's both ways, Dalton. He really is, Mississinewa and Marion.
Yeah, he's got kids that go to Mississinewa. He graduated from Marion. I believe played quarterback there, but here we go. The kickoff is getting ready to happen. We are just seconds away from getting this show on the road. We will go down to Ian Van Winkle after the kickoff. So when let's send it to Ian Van Winkle.
Can you point that down? Point the light down. Okay, 0-0. Go ahead.
So here we go. The kickoff on its way. It's Heisman Skeens. It's Cade Campbell back to receive the Indian fans to their feet. The bleachers begin to rumble. The storm has finally risen. Here is the kick. A short little blooper at the 30. And it rolls out of bounds, and a flag will be thrown, and the Indians will take over on offense, and we will send it to the sideline with Ian Van Winkle. Having technical difficulties right now. We will try to get that figured out as we go. But the Indians right now taking over the ball on offense, and Heisman Skeens leads the team to the field. It's going to be first down and 10 for the Indians. Here is Skeens.
Awesome, because the players are ready to go. It's crazy down here. I'm sure the team is ready to go. They look fired up. Back to the booth, guys.
Thank you so much. And from the sideline, first play was a quarterback keeper to Andrew Cruz. Again, I don't think he got anything, so it'll be second down and 10 for the Indians here on offense. And, Ryan, we talked about it in the pregame. The short little gainage of yards is what you need.
Yeah, you know, you have to, if you're the Indians, you have to play short game because, you know, we saw it in the first quarter and really the first half at Yorktown. That long game did not work out for him, but when it went to the second half, the short game really worked for him.
Yep, absolutely.
Indians will line it up, see what they can do here.
This is, I believe, Andrew Cruz. No, that's Heisman Skeens under the center. Here's the snap to Campbell. Campbell around the left side, gets a block and gets out for a gain of about 1 or 2.
Yeah, you know, it's really the first couple plays of the game, but you have to, you know, not only do you start off slow, but you gain a little, and that, you know, that's a great way to start off.
Yeah, so we talked about how good this Marion defense is, and they're showing it here. It is second and 9. So second down and 9.
Ball is on the 36. Again, second and 9. The Indians will look to coaches to figure out, you know, what are we going to do here.
I thought, Ryan, that this was third down. The Indians ran a play there, but they must have called that one back, innit?
Yeah, they called it back, 5 yards.
So here's Skeens in the shotgun. Seen this all season long. Skeens will take the snap. He will roll out, and looks like he's going to keep it. Skeens going to cut up inside and be dropped. A gain of about 1 or 2.
Yeah, you know, short game is worked. You know, the Indians are making their way down to the field, and that'll be a third down for the Indians.
It's 3rd and 4, 4 yards to gain to get the first down. This Marion defense looks like they are ready to go. So thanks to those of you watching at home. We appreciate your support. We are having technical difficulties, trying to work some of them out, but right now we are doing our best. But here is Skeens. Skeens back in the shotgun. He will get the snap. Looks like he will keep it. He will keep it. He'll go up the middle and fall forward. A gain of 2 or 3.
The fourth down, 2 to go, and ball's on the 41. And Dalton, is this something that you put one of the Indian strong guys in, and you only have 2 to go? So do you push them through?
I think you go for it here. I think you try to pass it.
And that is what they will be doing.
Here's Skeens. No, this is Cruz. Cruz is going to try to keep it, and he will fall
And
forward.
he might. It could be a first down.
I think it is. The Indian fans and the Indian players.
And that'll be a first down, Indians.
It is a first down for Mississinewa.
And just for that first down, the Indian fans went crazy. And you know why they went crazy, Dalton? Because they said Cruz. Cruz is one of the dominant players for Mississinewa, and let's see what he can do here in a good game, just like he did 1 week ago.
Here's Campbell. This is Cade Campbell. He will get the snap. He will get a good block, cut up the middle, out across the 50 to the 45, and will be brought down into Giant territory. Rushes Cade Campbell.
I tell you what, not only are you in Giant territory, but you took that advantage. You find open gap, and he took it.
The Indian fans all rise to the feet on that one. The ball will be on the Giant 41. The Indians are marching in to Giant territory. Right now, it looks like the Indians are all over that Giant defense.
First down, 10 to go. Ball's on the 41-yard line.
Now they're going to have Cruz at the quarterback position. I like this 3 quarterback switching in and out.
Yeah,
It
mix it up.
confuses the defense. Here's Cruz in the shotgun. Cruz will send Skeens in motion. Here is Skeens. Will cut inside of a block, spin, and fall for a gain of about 2 or 3. We will send it down to the sideline with Ian Van Winkle.
Ryan and Dalton, it was nuts. It's a good running game so far. They're doing awesome. So back up to you guys.
Thank you so much, Ian, from the sideline. We'll be going down to him a few more times throughout the evening.
Man, I tell you what, Dalton, Ian is killing it on the sideline.
8:35 and counting, first quarter. Cade Campbell back at the QB position in the shotgun.
At the end of this first quarter, we will show an instant replay or multiple of them, just depends on what kind of plays are coming ahead.
So a gain of about 2 or 3 on that carry for Campbell. And it brings up third down, and I believe it's going to be 7.
6.
3rd and 6.
Ball will be on the 38-yard line. I tell you what, Dalton, Jimmy B is loud in the press box.
So here is Cruz. Cruz will come back to the quarterback position. Now the Indians haven't passed yet, but we probably will see one here. Here's Cruz.
Cruz will
Sends
call
Skeens.
for it. Sends Skeens in motion. Fakes it. Cruz will take it. And he will push through, breaks through 2, and he'll be brought down. A gain of at least 3.
He's going to be short about a yard or 2, and you're in Giant territory now. You got to go for it.
Yeah,
it's 4th and 4.
You got so many strong guys, including Cruz. Put him behind you, and let's go cruise control.
7:18 and counting. Here is Cruz under the center. It's a direct snap to Skeens in the backfield. He's going to look, throw it down the field. He's got Drew Caston!
And it's called, and that'll be a big first down for the Indians.
A big catch for Drew Castanon. We'll take another look at that. How about that play? That connection, a snap right through Cruz's legs. And here it is, an outstanding catch for the junior Drew Castanon. The Indians are in the red zone at the Giant 9-yard line.
A great instant replay, a good hand control by Brooks Holloway.
How about that? 6:45 and counting, and the Indians are in the red zone.
First down, 9 to go. Ball will be on the 9.
We have
false start.
False start against the Indians is a 5-yard penalty, but after a big play like that, I'm telling you what a outstanding grab by Drew Castanon. We'll take another look at that at the end of this quarter. That could be one of the biggest plays of this game. Here is Campbell at the quarterback position. Actually, this is John Hall underneath the quarterback. Hall
will call for it. Campbell will take it by himself, and it'll be a gain of 1.
That was Cade Campbell with the carry up the middle, a gain of probably 1 or 2. It'll be second down and probably 13. I think he only got 1.
13, yeah. Second down, 13 to go, and ball will be on the 13. Indians, like Coach Funk says all the time, Indians have to execute.
You at least got to get a field goal out of this.
Indians will look, and Heisman Skeens will be the quarterback for this play. Hall will take it. Skeens will take it down the sideline, and he'll break through 1, 2, and he'll be dropped down, and that looks like it'll be an Indian first down.
Things getting very aggressive on the far side of the field.
Third down. It looked from here like he broke through, but just short.
It's 3rd and 8, ball on the
short.
Giant 8. Clock continues to run. Castanon back into the line. For a reason I kind of get a little laugh out of that is you might see another pass.
Yeah, you never know.
Cruz now going to the quarterback position. So you never know as far as the defense what you're going to see because all the switching in and out of the quarterbacks.
Cruz in the QB position. He calls Skeens. He hands it to Skeens. Skeens takes it, and he will look, and he'll go, and that'll be an Indian touchdown.
A huge touchdown run from Heisman Skeens. Let's take another look as he lowers his shoulder and sends the Giant to the ground, and he says, "This is my house."
Indians will go up first. 5:01 left to play in the first quarter, and let's take another look.
He was going to pass and had some running room and got the ball and gets into the end zone.
Let's send it down to Ian Van Winkle.
Send it to him. Here we go.
Cheerleaders are hugging each other. It's awesome. The crowds. It's a great atmosphere. It's awesome down here, guys. I hope you're having as much fun as I am up there. Send it back up.
Thanks, Ian. As you heard him down there, the PAT from Andre Soliday was no good. So with 5:01 left in the first quarter, Mississinewa 6, Marion 0. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Come back with the kickoff. This is Sectional 21 action, live from Fisher Field in Gas City. Welcome back to Fisher Field in Gas City, Indiana, home of the defending Sectional 21 champions, Mississinewa. But tonight, they try for another one. They are up 6-0, 5:01 left in the first quarter. I want to give a shout out to one of the biggest Michigan Wolverine fans that I know. Unfortunately, he's a Wolverine fan, but shout out to Jesse Moore tuned in. The Indians will kick the ball off to Marion. We'll try it again. Here is Tarpon to kick. And the kick is a squib. Bounces. Picked up by Marion. This is number 2, and their numbers are all over the place. And guess who was there to stop him? Number 2, Elijah Standridge on the tackle.
Great stop by Standridge, reading the ball really well and taking it back into the backfield.
That was D'Angelo Jones on the carry for Marion. So now the Giants come out on offense, stunned after a Heisman Skeens touchdown. And we'll see what the Giants have offensively. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Giants. Ball is going to be on the 33-yard line with 4:56 left in the first quarter.
Again, first and 10.
Their
Ball will be
quarterback
on the 33.
is number 1, Keyshawn Taylor. Got to keep an eye on Taylor and J.K. Thomas. Thomas wears number 12. He is at a slot receiver. Taylor will look, send Thomas in motion. Taylor looking to pass, now wants to keep it, and he will get up the middle and will be brought down by number 17, Kyler Funk, just shy of a first down.
Yeah, Dalton, as many of you saw, Indians Cruz really started taking off Taylor. Taylor just slipped right inside, and he broke through 2 or 3 to be brought down. But like we said earlier, and like we said at Yorktown, Cruz will chase him down.
We talked about it with Coach Funk earlier this week. You got to contain Marion. You can't let them get out in the open because they're so quick. If you can knock them down to the line of scrimmage and kind of slow them down, that's where you're going to have success. But nonetheless, Keyshawn Taylor back. Going to send J.K. Thomas in motion. Here is the handoff up the middle. And guess who? John Hall with a big stop. He didn't get anything, I don't think. That was number 11 on the carry. Try to find him. They got the rosters all spread out for us here, up here. That was Khalid Stamps on the carry for the Giants, and John Hall there to stop him.
Another great stop for the Indians. You got to get stops early. That'll be first down for Marion. 10 to go. Ball's on the 44. J.K. in the backfield.
This is number 4 on the carry, and he was met only after a yard of gain, and Heisman Skeens was there to meet him. That was Isaiah Hamilton on the carry. Heisman Skeens shoots up from the safety position and knocks him down, a gain of only 1. We talked about the Giant defense. The Indian defense playing awful strong here.
Yeah, like we said, you got to get stops. You got to get stops early, and that's one of the things Dalton and I will say all through the night. You got to get stops early. Second down, 9 to go. Ball's on the 45.
Keyshawn Taylor, the quarterback, going to send Khalid Stamps to this side along with D'Angelo Jones. He's got J.K. Thomas behind him. Now they're going to have trip receivers to this side with Isaiah Hamilton. He is number 4. Thomas in motion to the far side. Taylor looking to pass. He's under pressure. Andrew Cruz is there, and Kyler Funk comes to clean up the mess.
Yeah, like we said, Cruz is so athletic and strong. He reads the ball so well and get quick stops. Let's take a look at this replay.
A big play there from Kyler Funk. So it was Cruz to slow him down, and then Kyler Funk was there to get him all the way to the ground. That brings up 3rd and 11 on the 44. Taylor back in the pistol formation.
3rd down, 11 to go. Ball's on the 44. Indian fans have wrote.
Here's Taylor going to throw it down the field. Almost intercepted. Pass was intended for number 9, Braden Burke. And that brings up 4th down and 11. And it looks like the Giants punt team will come out onto the field, but you got to be ready for a fake here if you're Mississinewa.
Yeah, you never know what Marion will put in to play. Tricks is one of what they do, and let's see what Marion can do. J.K. Thomas in the backfield.
You got to watch J.K. The Indians playing as if it will be a fake. They got one person back to receive the punt. That would be Heisman Skeens. The rest up to defend as if they're going to fake it. The Indian fans getting louder and louder. Here is Thomas. And the punt is a line drive. Skeens thought about picking it up, and then it will bounce and bounce and bounce and continue to bounce and roll to the 8 on the Indian side of the field. But nonetheless, the Indians get a stop, and they'll take over on offense as quarterback Heisman Skeens will take the offense back to the field.
Take a 30-second break, and this 30-second break is brought to you by Scott's Flooring and Installation.
Welcome back to Fisher Field, Gas City. The Indians have the ball, the far side of the field. Here is the handoff. That was Campbell, and he got maybe 1.
Started off on the 8-yard line. Campbell was pitched, took it in, to the middle and only gain of 1.
So the Indians will try to get some yardage here. Campbell got 2. It didn't look like from here that he got anything. It's just
Indians will start on the 10-yard line. 2nd down, 8 to go. Skeens sends Campbell in motion. Skeens takes it by himself, breaks through 1, and he's on the sideline, and he'll be dropped out of bounds.
So Skeens on the carry, and let's take another look at this stop by the Indians that got them the ball back. So now the Indians with the ball again, and we will send it down to the sideline with Ian Van Winkle.
I'm telling you, after Heisman had a couple weeks of just being nicked up, he sure doesn't look like he's lost a step from when he's 100%. He looks great. Got hit in the knee, got back up, and got back to the line of scrimmage. I mean, he's looking great down here, guys. Back up to you at the booth.
Thank you so much, Ian, from the sideline. Hand off to Cade, or that was Heisman Skeens, rather. Giants with the stop there. It's 4th and 2.
25 seconds and counting for the end of the first quarter. Again, Indians on top, 6-0. Ball will be on the 16-yard line. And Indians, looks like they're going to get at least one more, and one and only in.
Indians trying to get the Giants to jump
Yes.
off sides. That's the end of the first quarter. So at the end of 1, Mississinewa 6, Marion 0. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first quarter. Welcome back to Fisher Field in Gas City, Indiana. We get set for the second quarter. The Indians with the ball, 4th and 2, and it looks like they're going to punt because they are backed up and they're backed up deep in their own territory.
Second quarter is just seconds away of getting started. Indians 6, Giants 0, and the punt will be high and will be retrieved by J.K. Thomas. J.K. Thomas takes it down the sideline, and
there's a flag on the field.
Yeah. There'll be a flag, and
So it was a touchdown from J.K. Thomas, but
yep.
there's a flag, so it's probably coming back.
Yeah, if they cancel out the flag, it'll be a touchdown. And let's see what the call is.
Shot block.
Yep.
Against the Indians. The penalty is declined, so it is a touchdown for Marion.
Yep.
So after that punt, it's a touchdown, Marion. So Indians 6, Marion 6.
That is exactly how Marion wanted to start off the second quarter. You can just see it. J.K. Thomas tracked down that ball, and he took it hard down the sideline.
Here comes the PAT. Marion only made one PAT last week. So one more on the way. Here is the PAT. It is up.
And good.
And it is good, and Marion takes a 7-6 lead with 11:47 left to go in the second. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Come back. This is Sectional 21 football action, live from Mississinewa High School.
Welcome back to Fisher Field. 11 minutes and 47 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Indians 6, Giants 7. Cade Campbell will be in the backfield for the Indians, along with number 21, Heisman Skeens.
Once J.K. Thomas got around that far end, it was goodbye.
Yes.
Once he turns the wheels on, he's gone. But now the Indians will get the opportunity to capitalize. Here comes the kick. That should be. Here we go. Here's the kick on the way.
The kick is high but low, and Cruz will fair catch.
First and 10 for the Indians on their own 35-yard line. They will get the ball and see what they can do offensively after getting 3 and out on their last possession, but scoring in the first possession.
Yeah, the Indians need to capitalize here and execute. And like you say, only down by 1, but you have to get touchdowns before the halftime break.
Indians have got to play their own football. Don't play into Marion's game. An illegal fair catch. The first time I've ever seen that called ever.
Yep.
I mean, in any form of football, ever. It's an illegal fair catch. So, new rules coming upon us here tonight. But anyway, the Indians will get the ball first and 15. At their own 30. This is Heisman Skeens. Hands
Campbell
off to
will
Campbell.
break through 3, and he'll be brought down. Good short run for the Indians.
A gain of 5 or 6. He's out to the 35, maybe the 36. Oh. Send it down to the sideline with Ian Van Winkle.
Penalty on the Indians. You got to have 1 hand up, not 2. And so you guess he was penalized for that. I have not seen that in a football game. So, but I tell you what, the momentum seemed to really be all red, but after that touchdown, seemed like we're about even on momentum. So hopefully the Indians can drive and get a score. Back to you guys.
Here's Campbell up the middle, gets a couple, and it brings up 3rd down. So thanks to Ian Van Winkle for the report from the sideline. He said the reason there was a call is he's got to have 1 hand up for the fair catch, not 2. So it's 3rd down and 3. Indians on their own 37.
3rd down and 3 to go. See what the Indians can do here. Push through, and let's see if they can get the first down.
This is Heisman Skeens. He will get the snap, and it's going to be a false start against the Indians. No, it's offsides on Marion.
Offsides, yep, on Marion.
So that's an automatic first down for Mississinewa.
Marion players started clapping, then they recalled it, and Mississinewa gets that first down, which is huge for the Indians and huge to execute, and that'll be a first down Indians.
I'm telling you, Ryan, I even think the cheerleaders are more fired up tonight than they've been all year.
They want to see the Indians go farther into the tournament than last year.
You can only imagine how fun it has to be for them as well.
Yeah.
But anyway, 1st and 10, ball on the Indian 42. Here's Heisman. Skeens going to send Cade Campbell in motion to the far side. Skeens will take the snap, roll out, cut up the middle, spin move, and be brought down in the backfield. And he was brought down by number 8, Dre Aguilar.
2nd down, 12 to go. Ball will be on the 42, and that's where the ball is on the 40.
Looking across the way, you see purple and gold standing in the bleachers, standing along the far side on the fence. Over on this side, it's red and white in the same type of formation. Skeens in the shotgun. He's got Cade Campbell to his left. Carson Campbell, the slot receiver, to this side, along with the wide receiver, Drew Castanon. Now Campbell going to come in motion. Here's Skeens rolling out, looking to pass. Now he's going to throw it down the field. Here is almost an interception. It was right into the hands of number 23 for the Giants. That was Tavon Coleman. Let's see if we can get another look at that. Almost an interception there for Marion. So Skeens was rolling out for a pass. He saw Castanon and threw it, and that was almost picked off.
incomplete pass will bring up 3rd down, 12 to go. Ball will be on the 40-yard line. 9:17 left to play in the second quarter before the halftime break.
3rd down and 12. Skeens at the quarterback position. In the shotgun, will look for the snap and get it. It's kind of high. Now a fake pass and a handoff to Cade Campbell, and he is taken down by number 15 for the Giants, Xavier G. The Indians go for it here? I think so, Ryan.
Yeah, 4th down, 10 to go.
Looks like they're going to the punt. They're going to try to punt here. This time you got to contain J.K. Thomas.
Yeah, you got to stop J.K. That is key for the Indians this play.
Cannot let Thomas get out in the open. Here's the punt. A high booming kick. And it will take an Indian bounce. And the Indians will pick it up and walk into the end zone. I'm pretty sure J.K. Thomas might have touched it. Let's see if we can get another look at that from our camera angle to see if Thomas really did touch that ball. So let's send it down to Ian Van Winkle, see what he saw from the field.
Marion touched the ball. It looked awful close down here. Crowd went nuts thinking it was Indians' touchdown. But, hey, they hold him back. It'll be back to red momentum. Back up you guys in the booth.
You can hear the fans yelling from the field. This is Taylor, and he will be knocked down. But, man, like we said, the Indian fans, it looked like Marion had touched the ball, and it looked like it from here as well.
Yeah, it sure did. Looked like the Giants touched it. Tobias Meade on the stop for the Indians will bring up 2nd down, 10 to go. Ball is on the 2.
He didn't get anything on that one. That was Keyshawn Taylor. It took a big Indian bounce. What a beautiful punt by Heisman Skeens. Unbelievable punt by Heisman Skeens. Coach Funk jumping up and down on the sideline yelling. This is Taylor with J.K. Thomas behind him. 2nd down and 6. Here is Taylor, fakes the handoff. Now here is trying to keep it around the right side, and he was ran out of bounds by Heisman Skeens. Heisman Skeens having one heck of a game here this evening.
Yes, great read by Skeens, chasing down, taking him to out of bounds. And like we keep on saying, Heisman Skeens is having a great game.
3rd down and 2. Like I talked about it all day. I was at work talking to some guys talking about when you have to get stops, this is what you have to do. Now it's 3rd and 2. This is a stop you need.
Yes.
3rd down and 2. Can the Indians defense step up? Taylor, the quarterback. J.K. Thomas, the tailback. The receivers of Khalid Stamp, Isaiah Hamilton. This is Burke in motion. Handoff to Thomas. Thomas will keep it up the middle, and he may have been stopped short, but from here it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
I think he might have got the 1st down. It's going to be really close. That was John Hall and Kyler Funk
so
on the stop
bring up
for the
4th down, 4 to go. Ball's on the 8. You got this. This is a stop the Indians have to get for sure.
Ryan, I don't know how many times I can say it before I drive people crazy, but I talked about it since week 1 of sectionals, and I'm going to talk about it tonight. Kyler Funk is an outstanding linebacker for the Indians.
Yes.
When you need a big play, number 17 steps up.
Yeah, he comes in and just takes care of it. They will punt it. The punt will be high, and we'll end up at the 50-yard line.
It hit off of a Marion player.
Yep.
So that's where the ball should be downed at. It touched a Marion player, and I don't know if we can get a replay of that, but an unbelievable. The ball touched a Marion player at the 45-yard line, but they're going to place it at the 46. So only a 1-yard difference, but nonetheless, the Indians get the ball back on offense. So a big stop there defensively like we talked about.
Yes, 1st and 10, ball's on the 46.
Skeens in the shotgun all by himself. We'll look. He's going to keep it stiff arm and get out of bounds, a gain of 1 or 2.
Start the short plays off and see what you can take from there. Bring up 2nd down.
You got a timeout on the far side. I don't know if it's an official's timeout, so let's see what they're talking about here. They're looking back at the clock. Let's see what they're going to do here. I think they're talking about the time. And Ian Van Winkle is on the sideline, and we'll send it down to him.
It's not dying back here. Back up, you guys.
So Ian Van Winkle's saying the Giant fans are chanting, Giants will die, but they will not die here. So let's see. Here's Skeens.
2nd and 10. Ball's on the 46. Skeens takes it by himself. He looks back in the backfield, and he'll be sacked in the backfield. And fans are calling for a flag.
He grabbed him by the horse collar, but no call. That's just good hard football.
That'll bring up 3rd down.
3rd down and 16. Third and 16 at the 49. Indians going to let the clock run down before they take a timeout here. So they will take a timeout with 5:48 left to go in the first half. It's Marion 7, Mississinewa 6. We'll take a 60-second timeout. Come back to Gas City. This is Sectional 21 live from Mississinewa High School. Welcome back to Fisher Field. It's 3rd and 16 at the 49. Ryan, the Indians, once they got that first touchdown, have kind of slowed down offensively.
Yeah, and that's one thing that you cannot have. You know, for the Indians, you got to keep on executing. Your momentum has to keep on going.
At the end of the first quarter, it's Eastbrook 14, Lewis Cass 6.
So another Grant County team playing for a sectional championship.
Here's Skeens. It's going to be 3rd down and 6. Ball on the 49.
3rd and 16.
Here's the snap. Skeens rolling out, going to look to pass under heavy pressure. Now he's going to look, throw it, and it was almost intercepted. Skeens has almost thrown 2 interceptions this game, but Marion just can't hang on to the ball. Thankfully for the Indians, he didn't. Seven to 6. Marion with a lead. And we heard Ian Van Winkle say from the sideline, the momentum has switched. It's been all Marion ever since that first touchdown.
For sure. 4th down, 16 to go. Ball's on the 49. Indians have to do something here.
Here's
the
Skeens.
punt from Skeens will be high. And we'll take a short Indian bounce. And there will be a flag.
So, again, Skeens will put Marion back deep in their own territory once again. And the Indians' defense will come back out onto the field.
There is a flag.
Some of Marion's players putting their hands in the air as if Let's see. So I think Marion had 13 players on the field. Too many men on the field on Marion, so it is a penalty, and that will back them up even farther. And a block in the back.
Yeah.
So a 5-yard penalty
Yep.
and a 15-yard penalty. I think for Coach Funk, 15-yard penalty. And then that puts them all the way back at the 1.
Yeah.
It should be the half-yard line. Actually, you should make them snap it from the end zone. But you can't legally do that. So, actually, Ryan Scott, I think that might be a safety against Marion.
We do.
No, they're going to re-kick.
Re-kick. First down, Mississinewa.
No, it's first down, Mississinewa.
Yeah, it's first down, Mississinewa. I do not know what just happened there.
So that results in a safety. So Mississinewa, I believe, takes the lead at 8-7.
Let's see. First down, Indians.
It is first down, Indians, and I think that should result into a safety, Ryan. Why else would Mississinewa have the ball?
Let's see here.
Wait a minute. It was a 15-yard penalty, but the Indians were 16 yards away from the first down. So realistically, that can't be a first down off of a fourth down. But anyway, nonetheless, it's going to be Indian ball.
Yeah, first down. Dalton and I were confused.
It's a block and a black plus a hold, which results in 20 yards. So now we got the official call. Here's a handoff, Campbell. Campbell will dive forward to the 30.
Yeah, he took off. He put his shoulders down, and he slid like he was sliding into second base.
A gain of 6, and it'll be second down and 4. The Indians are in Giant territory.
Yeah, like you just said, Giant territory. 4 to go. Indians can get it here.
It's been a phenomenal football game so far. 4:48 and counting left to go in the first half. Here we go.
Shout out to Brooks Allway doing an amazing job on the computer, doing about 10 million things at once.
Here's Campbell going to send Skeens in motion. And it's going to be a false start against the Indians.
Yep,
it looks like number 24, Seth Kashanik, jumped off.
Yep, false start against Seth Kashanik. That'll bring the Indians back
to 2nd and 9.
Still can get it from 9.
It's 2nd and 9. Still have 2 more chances to get a first down if you want the fourth down chance.
Right.
But hopefully the Indians can get it here. 7-6. Clock continues to roll. Campbell sending Skeens in motion.
At the 35, fakes it, Skeens, or
this is
Campbell will take it. He's on the outside, and he will be brought down, but will be an Indian first down. And let's take a look at the replay. Fakes it to Skeens, and Campbell will take it, and he'll be dropped down out of bounds.
Looks like that, Ryan, maybe could have possibly been a horse collar based on where he grabbed him. But nonetheless, it's a first down for the Indians, and they have the ball at the 18.
Campbell will send Skeens in motion. Campbell will take it by himself. He pushes through. He breaks through 1, and he'll be brought down. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and probably 7 or 8 for the Indians. See where they officially mark the ball. It's 2nd and 8 at the 16 for Ole Miss. The fake to Skeens. The Giants are all over Heisman Skeens right there. And guess what? Cade Campbell is going to keep it and go up the middle and cut outside and get a couple of good blocks.
Yep.
And like that, the momentum switches.
Indians will start on the 16-yard line. 3:36 left to play until the halftime break. Campbell sends Skeens in motion, fakes it to Skeens. Campbell takes it, and looks like it'll be a first down for the Indians, but let's wait till the official mark.
Let's see if we can take another look at that.
Inside the 10-yard line.
So it is a first down for the Ole Miss Indians. How about that play?
Takes it into the 10. First and goal for Mississinewa.
First.
Timeout, Marion, and we'll take a timeout as well. This timeout is brought to you by Twin City Auto Body, 1427 East Main in Gas City, the Collins people.
Welcome back to Fisher Field in Gas City, Indiana. I can finally hear something now. Ryan Scott has blown my eardrums out.
Apologize. I'll calm down my dial here and let you yell for a couple minutes.
Nah, I don't want to yell. I already can't hardly talk because the intensity of this game. But
that'll be first down, 8 to go. Ball is on the 8, and let's turn it to Ian Van Winkle.
Our student fan section, I'm telling you, they're about 5 or 6 deep, all the way from the bleachers to the end zone. It's awesome down here. Back to you guys.
So here is Campbell. Gonna keep it, go up the middle, get a good block, and drive forward up to the 5-yard line. A gain of 3 for the Indians. Second down and goal at the 5.
Ball will be on the 5-yard line. Let's see if Indians can take it into the end zone.
So right now, the Indians getting some momentum back rolling here. And like we said, Ryan, you got to score before halftime. And right now, the Indians knocking on the door of reaching the end zone for the second time tonight. Here's Skeens in motion. Campbell will fake it to Skeens. Now he will keep it. And
Campbell will take it, and
I believe he's
hit the pylon.
Let's see. He's at least at the 1, if not the end zone. Let's see what the official call is going to be. Oh, my goodness. He is at the half. I think he might even be at the quarter-yard line. He was that close
at least
to being in the end zone.
At least the half-yard line. And, Dalton, you know this is when you put through Cruz. Let's send it down to Ian Van Winkle.
That was a good call. He was off of it about a yard. It was a Marion player that knocked the pylon down. So I thought he'd let you guys know it was close to it. Back up to booth.
Very close to a touchdown, says Ian Van Winkle, but there's a flag on this play. False start against the Indians.
Ooh,
a false start against the Indians. Ryan Scott.
So that will be 3 and 6. Ball will be on the 6. Dalton, the Indians had it right there.
3rd and 6, 2:32 left to go in the first half.
Be 3 and 6. Indians will line it up on the 6-yard line.
Good to see Cade McCoy in the house here tonight supporting his Indians. Here's Campbell in the backfield. Sending Skeens in motion. Here's Campbell. And he is knocked down in the backfield by number 55 from the Giants. Jaquan Reeves and Andre Soliday will come to the field to try to attempt a field goal. We've seen him knock him down, but like you said,
yeah,
Ryan,
that first one.
Even though you don't get a touchdown, you definitely need to get some points here.
Yeah, you got to add the points, so you are the one that has the most points going into the halftime break.
Soliday from the 9. The field goal on the way. The snap, the hold, the kick, and it is good right down the center. Andre Soliday puts the Indians back ahead. It will be 9-7, 1:43 left to go in the first half. A beautiful kick from Andre Soliday.
Indians 9, Giants 7.
The Indian fans roar back to life. Almost halftime, and it's 9-7 Indians, 1:43 left in the first half. A very competitive game, Ryan.
Yes, you can tell it's a rival game.
Just when the Indians score, the Giant fans go back to sleep, but when the Giants do something, then the Indian fans are like they are asleep.
Ball will be placed on the 40.
Beautiful kick by Soliday, man. I'm telling you, what you don't normally see a lot of high school kickers be able to kick field goals for points.
Who's his nickname for you, Dalton? Let's hear it.
I call him the Mega Boot. Mr. Clutch, Adam Vinatieri is who I like to compare him to. Here comes the kickoff from Sam Tarpon. 9-7, 1:43 to go.
See if Tarpon can put Marion back deep.
Do you try something crazy for an onside kick or something here, Ryan?
You know what? You could, actually.
Not very much time left in the first half, but nonetheless, here comes the kick.
The kick is low and long, and right in Marion's hands. Marion will take it up the middle. And
this is Braden Burke. He's got some running room around the left side to the 50, to the 40, to the 30, 25, and taken out of bounds.
Yeah.
Who was that on the tackle? John Hall was on the stop for the Indians.
You know, a great run by Burke for the Marion Giants.
Coach Greentree on the sideline wanting to know where's the flag, because it did look like there was a block in the back here, but the officials. One minute, 31 seconds to go. Marion comes out on offense, right back down into Indian territory.
1 minute and 31 seconds to play. Let's send it over to Ian Van Winkle.
Here's Thomas at the fumble.
Noisemaker rule. They were going crazy. It was pretty comical down there, guys. Well, hopefully the Indians can hold them off. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Ian, from the sideline. But a fumble there from J.K. Thomas, and the Indians almost jumped on it. Here we go.
Second down. 12 to go.
Taylor looks for the end zone, and it is
Incomplete.
Almost caught. Number 2, that was D'Angelo Jones going up for the catch, and just good defense there.
Bring up third down, 12 to go. Ball will be on the 24. Dalton, the Indians have to get a stop here.
Third down and 12, ball on the 24. Really, Ryan, both teams have played very shaky here in this first half. Third and 12 at the 24, Keyshawn Taylor. Back in the pistol formation, J.K. Thomas behind him. Here's the snap. Taylor rolls to the right, looking, going to throw down the field, and it is incomplete. Pass intended for number 4, Isaiah Hamilton, and that brings up fourth down and 12. Ball on the 24. 51 seconds to go. If you're Coach Funk and the Indians to stop here, I think the Indians have 2 timeouts left.
Yes.
You might be able to get down the field.
2 timeouts left. Fourth down, and if Indians can get a stop, like Dalton just said, the Indians have time to get down the field.
Maybe the Indians can hire Peyton Manning out of retirement to take him down the field for 2 touchdowns in 2 minutes.
Let me call Peyton real quick.
Go ahead, get on that.
Yeah.
Or, never mind. We won't get into that. There's too many Michigan fans watching.
I was
going to give them an idea of what it looked like the first week when Notre Dame beat them, but never mind. Back to the football game.
Timeout, Marion. That'll be their second timeout. We'll be back in 30. You're watching Mississippi Indians football, presented by Mike Anderson.
Welcome back to Mississinewa High School, Ryan. Whew. It's been a dogfight so far here in this first half, and Ian Van Winkle is standing on the sideline, and let's send it down to him right now. Again, technical difficulties trying to get connected with Ian Van Winkle there. We will contact him, get back with him here in a second. But nonetheless, here comes a field goal from the 30, the kick. And this one is way, way, way short.
And that is good news for the Indians to take over. And really, Dalton, 46 seconds, that could be a long time. The Indians have time to get down the field.
46 and a half seconds to play in the first half. I think Mississinewa has enough time, like you said, to drive down the field,
right.
At least try to
to
kick a field goal. I mean, Soliday's got a boot. I mean, I think this thing is like one of those Mario Party boots where this thing's, 20 inches wide. He's got a leg. But here we go. The Indians are going to take a knee, it looks like, and go into the halftime break.
Indians will go into the halftime with the 9-7 lead, 38 seconds and counting. The Indians will take it down. .20 seconds and counting. On the Max's Barbershop and the State Farm Agent Dennis Road scoreboard, Indians are up top 9-7 at the halftime break. We'll be back after halftime. You're watching Mississinewa Indians football live from Gas City, presented by TribeTV.
TicketTap is exclusive online ticketing partner of the IHSAA. Go mobile with your tickets or purchase ahead of time through TicketTap. TicketTap is available in your mobile app stores or online at tickettap.com.
The Indians make their way to the field as we are 3 minutes and 35 seconds away until we get the third quarter underway here at Fisher Field. Indians up top 9-7.
Wilson Sporting Goods has an unwavering commitment to the game. Their dedication and drive fuel sports on high school fields and in professional stadiums nationwide. Wilson is proud to be the official sporting goods partner of the IHSAA. Learn more at wilson.com.
A good warm welcome back to Fisher Field in beautiful Gas City. No rain, knock on wood, Dalton. It's the second half started, and one thing we did talk about, we are Mississinewa fans, and we cheer them on. But one thing for Mississinewa is they have to get going this second half. They have to execute.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a very good Marion football team on the other side of the field, and we have 24 minutes, and we'll do in 24 minutes, one team's dream season ends, and the other one, they get a trophy, and they're playing for another one next week.
Yeah, there are so many plays left. There's so much time left that you could really do something, and the Indians will kick it off, and that'll be Andre Saladay.
We'll see if we can't get you a score update concerning who the winner of this game would play next week. It's between Greenwood and Mooresville.
Saladay's kick is up into Marion's sideline. It'll be caught by Marion. Marion will take it down the sideline,
that's Braden Burke.
And he will be dropped down. Burke on the carry for the Giants.
So Marion will now take over the ball. Mooresville leads Greenwood 35-0 at the halftime break. So Mooresville 35, Greenwood 0 at the halftime break. Score courtesy of WBAT's Don Bento. Thanks, Donnie.
I'm sure he's enjoying the heat right now. For sure.
And definitely enjoying one heck of a broadcast going down the way from us with Jim Brunner and Jeff France.
Well, when you have Jimmy B behind the mic, you know you're in for a treat.
Yes,
Dalton knows what that's like a couple days ago.
Yes, indeed. Here's Taylor. Hands off. No fakes it. He keeps it. Taylor,
and he's
gone. He's gone.
It's a track meet, and
this is going to be
a touchdown. Yeah, touchdown Giants, as they are the first ones on the scoreboard for the second quarter.
Once Taylor got to the open, it was goodbye after that. Unbelievable. First offensive play of the second half, and Keyshawn Taylor goes the distance. Marion, 13. Mississinewa, 9.
Brooks Holloway just said, I didn't get a replay, and I said, I don't want a replay of that.
Neither do the Indian fans watching at home. Here's the extra point, and it is blocked.
Yeah, that is a big play. The kick is blocked.
So that was huge, Ryan.
Yes.
Now we have 2 botched PATs,
Yep.
so now it kind of equals out. But it's 13-9, 11:42 left to go in the third. The Indians will get the ball back, and Ryan, we talked about it right before the third quarter started. You got to execute, and special teams has hurt the Indians here tonight because J.K. Thomas, a punt return touchdown, and then right there, Braden Burke got, I would say, probably 20 to 25 yards on the return, and then Keyshawn Taylor takes it the distance. It's 13-9.
Yeah, like you said, our special teams got to step up a little bit. Our whole team has to step up. We have to execute. The Indians have to execute if they want to come on top of the scoreboard at the end of the fourth quarter.
Already, the voice is starting to go away for me.
Yes, I agree.
But the Indians will try to get the ball back into the end zone here on this offensive drive for them. It's going to be Cade Campbell and Heisman Skeens at the Indians' 20 to take the kickoff. Carson Campbell stands at about the 28. Then you have Gage Peterson, Kyler Funk, and Andrew Cruz at about the 35. And then the front line of Ja Johnson, Seth Kishonik, Chris Pavey, Bryce Lutke, and on the far side, Elijah Standridge. Here comes the kickoff. The kick in the air. It's a bounce, and here is Kyler Funk. Funk will take it and be brought down at the 45, and that's where the Indians will take over on offense, and Heisman Skeens will have the ball first and 10 at the 45.
Yeah, what we have to see here is from the Indians is you have to get the short game. The short game worked for every I wouldn't say every play last week, but for the majority. Let's turn it over to Ian Van Winkle.
We'll send it down to the sideline with Ian Van Winkle.
Sure don't want to give him the ball again. That guy is very fast, and I thought I was going to get hit by that feller, but he was in the corner, and it was a good call. So we want to hold him back. So let's go Indians, back up the booth.
Thank you so much, Ian. Here's Campbell in motion. And Cruz will keep it. Cruz goes up the middle, a gain of 1 or 2, and then he's knocked down by number 20. Things getting chippy. That was number 20, Juan Carlos Ramirez, standing right over top of Cruz, kind of taunting him, and then Skylar Tackett said that's enough and shoved him. Things getting real chippy. Skylar Tackett said, I'm not going to take any of this.
Tackett is backing up his teammates. The Indian fans are getting loud. Mississinewa is booing, and Mississinewa is getting loud, and Marion's booing. So it's both ways, and I tell you up in the press box, it's both ways too. We got Marion fans announcing one end, and we got Mississinewa announcing on the other end. It is quite interesting. Let's turn it back to Ian Van Winkle.
Here's a bad snap. Campbell will haul it in, and we'll go to the sideline.
And Mississinewa counteracted, but a bad play for the Indians. So hopefully the momentum doesn't swing Purple's way. Back up to you guys.
Thank you so much, Ian, from the sideline. Like he said, the momentum kind of switching, and hopefully it doesn't swing back over to Marion, because right now Marion's got some momentum, but the Indians can capitalize here. But it's 3rd and 18, so you're gonna have to get something going.
Yeah,
here.
ball's only 39. Indians can do a lot here.
A bad snap there. That could have really doomed the Indians. Andrew Cruz will send Campbell in motion. Cruz will look. And he is going to be sacked, but he was down.
He was sacked. He was down. Ball flew out of his hands. The ball and himself was down when the ball exited his hands, and he will be sacked in the backfield.
That's 4th down and a country mile. This is a very good Marion team. The defense stepped it up there. 13-9, 9:26 and counting. The Indians have to punt.
Tell you what, almost Marion had another too many players on the field.
Here's the punt. Skeens' punt will go out of bounds at the 40, and that's where Marion will take over. A bad offensive possession there for Ole Miss. As J.K. Thomas continues to chatter at the Indian sideline. And before too long, the officials have got to take care of that. Because that's, I mean, the Indians aren't chattering at the Giants sidelines. First and 10 at the Giants. From their own 47-yard line. For some reason, the ball went out at the 40, and it's at the 47. So maybe they're seeing something we can't. The ball was in the air, so I saw it go out of bounds, but, you know.
That's why we're up here.
Here's Keyshawn Taylor, the quarterback. He's got Braden Burke, Isaiah Hamilton, and D'Angelo Hall to the far side. Here is J.K. Thomas, hands it off.
A big stop for the Indians.
That was Kyler Funk there to eat him up. We talked about Kyler the first 2 weeks, talking about him tonight. When you need a stop, number 17 is who you need to have on the field.
Yeah, he'll jump in there and get a good stop here. Let's see if he can get another one.
Haven't really said Tobias Meade's name a whole lot tonight. He's been kind of quiet. Maybe we can get him going here along with Andrew Cruz. Here's Taylor. 2nd and 6. Takes the snap. Keeps it. Guess who? Guess who? Tobias Meade
on the sack in the backfield from Taylor. And just like we said, we need to say Tobias Meade's name, and 5 seconds later he gets a sack, and the Indians have
take a look at that.
Gained momentum here. Look at the sack here from Tobias Meade at just seconds after we said we need to see him going.
He read that perfectly. Anyway, Keyshawn Taylor with the ball. 3rd and 12 at the 45. Taylor, a botch snap, and he falls on it, and Andrew Cruz is there to fall on top.
Yes, and looks like it'll go to the Indians.
The Giants recover, but it's 4th down, and when we talked about getting a big stop, we talked about Kyler Funk, and we should because he is an animal.
Yes.
But then we talked about getting Tobias Mead involved defensively.
Yes.
And right after that, he makes a huge play. That might be the play of the game so far.
Yes, 4th and 16. Ball's on the 41. Indians have to get a stop here.
J.K. Thomas is back to punt. Here's Thomas's punt. It's a line drive. And a nice little roll. Takes a giant roll all the way down to the 14, and that's where the Indians will take over.
Well, the Indians will start on the 14. We'll take a 20-second timeout, and this 20-second timeout is brought to you by Turning Over a New Leaf Flowers and Gifts.
Welcome back to Charlie Fisher Field. The Indians with the football. They will have an opportunity to try to capitalize. Here we go.
First and 10. Ball will be on the 15. That's where the Indians will start.
It's Cade Campbell at the quarterback position. He sends Heisman. Skeens in motion. Here's the fake handoff to Skeens. Now Campbell gets probably 3 or 4 on that one. It's so hard when they're coming towards us to kind of see how many yards they're getting just by the way that we're positioned here in the press box and the way the field is shaped on the field there, because just a weird, awkward angle for us, but a good carry there for Cade Campbell. He got 2 is where they officially marked it.
2nd and 8. Ball is on the 17, so that's where the Indians will take over on the 17-yard line. The Indians will look on their wrist to see what Coach Crick, Coach Funk, and all the other ones are saying.
Skeens in motion again. Campbell hands it off to Skeens, but they were all over that one. Heisman Skeens on the run. He got, I think, 1 or 2.
3rd and 6.
He got 2, so
Yep.
4 yards in 2 plays. You need 6 on this one.
Ball will be on the 20, and as Dalton said, you need 6 here if you want to continue marching down the field.
Check that back. It's 5. He got
5.
He got 3 on that one. That's a yard. We'll take it. Here's Campbell. Takes a look at the playlist on his wristband. Skeens in motion. Here's Campbell. And he will be knocked down. .534 and counting. It's 4th and, let's see where they say, 4th and 5. Campbell didn't get any. So now Skeens will have to punt. So I believe an injury for Marion. Not quite sure. But for some reason the clock is running. And now the officials realize.
Yep. Yeah, they got some couple too many players on the field there for the second time.
Timeout Marion. With 5:14 left to go in the third quarter, it's Marion 13, Mississinewa 9. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, come back. This is Indians football on the Tribe Sports Network.
Indians and Giants will come onto the field as they resume the third quarter. 5:14 left to play, and Dalton, we're going to send it over to Ian Van Winkle.
scratch this tension with a knife, I'm telling you. But the fans, the students are still in for it. So let's go Indians. Back up to you guys.
Thank you so much, Ian. Here's a high booming punt for Skeens, and it goes out of bounds at about the 48 on the Giants' side of the field. For some reason, they keep marking it at least 2 or 3 yards ahead of where the ball really went out of bounds. Or it looks like that from here.
Flag on the play.
There's a flag on the play. It's at the 40-yard line. Blocking it back on Marion.
Yep.
So
I
now
tell
that
you what,
gets a
that's
little
at
bit
least their second or third block in the back.
that gets a little bit of excitement out of the Indian fans. .507 to go in the third.
First down, 10 to go, ball's on the 41.
.507 to go in the third. Marion's going to have the ball. It's going to be first down and 10 on the Marion 41.
The Indians have to get quick stops. And when I mean quick, I mean quick. Quick stops for the Indians. I mean, time is running down, and it felt like the time has went by very fast.
You got 12 minutes and 7 seconds to get the lead back. 17 minutes and 7 seconds, rather. Here is a handoff to J.K. Thomas, and he is brought down by number 51, John Hall.
Be second down. Like we said, Dalton, the Indians need and have to get quick stops. 9 to go. Looks like the ball will be on the 41. Ball will be on the 41.
Keyshawn Taylor and J.K. Thomas, the backfield like we've seen all night. Taylor will get the snap and keep it. Tobias Mead there. And here's a pass to Hamilton. And he gets loose around the right side and takes it into Indian territory for a first down. But Keyshawn Taylor comes up limping, and he's headed to the sideline. That was unbelievable. Tobias Mead was there, and he just got rid of the ball somehow.
I don't know how that happened, to be honest.
First down nonetheless for Marion. It is definitely crunch time here. You got to get a stop. Can't let him get a touchdown.
Yeah, you need to get a stop.
Here's Thomas. J.K. will be knocked out of bounds. And now a flag. You've got to be kidding me, Ryan. J.K. Thomas gets up taunting the Indian sideline, and that's when the officials need to throw a flag. That was just hard football.
Let's turn over to Ian Van Winkle and see what he has to say.
On the reservation, but that was a good call. A little bit of a late hit, unfortunately, but hopefully the Indians can get past this and move on. Back up to you guys.
Thank you so much, Ian. As you can hear from the Indian fans booing.
First down, 10 to go. Ball's on the 38.
4 minutes and 16 left to go in the third. Still plenty of time for Ole Miss. I thought that was just good, hard football, but they saw differently on the field. Here's Taylor. Looking. Now he wants to keep it. And he's going to be knocked out of bounds. That was about how the last play went, but other than last time, they threw a flag, and this time they let it play. So that was Taylor forced out of bounds by Tobias Mead, and I believe John Hall and Kyler Funk there as well. Here is Taylor.
Second down, 7 to go. Ball is on the 14.
Taylor pitches it out to J.K. Thomas.
And J.K. is gone.
Is he into the end zone? At some point, the officials need to get a hold of J.K. Thomas. That's just ridiculous. Taunting the sideline, taunting the student section. That is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. As an announcer, you shouldn't be complaining about what's going on, but you cannot taunt the sideline and the opposing student section. And the officials have got to get a hold of that and at least warn him.
And the Mississinewa coaches as well.
He does it in basketball and gets away with it, does it in football. I don't know. It's a keeper, and it's a touchdown for Marion.
Touchdown, Marion, and they'll be up
19-9. The Indian fans sit in silence. And now Marion going for 2. Here's Thomas. He slipped and was taken down.
That's what the Indians need is not more points to go on the scoreboard for the Giants. Now let's see what the Indians can do down by 2 touchdowns.
J.K. Thomas lays an injury in pain. You never like to see someone get hurt. Now Thomas up on his feet, walking towards the sideline. So good to see J.K. up and walking. But a big stop for Ole Miss, only down 10. That's manageable.
Yeah, it honestly is. It might not seem like it to you at home, but it is manageable.
It's a touchdown and a field goal from Andre Soliday. Or you could get 2 touchdowns. There's still plenty of time, Ryan. 3:58, almost 4 minutes left here in the third. Then you have 12 minutes in the fourth. And you just got to play football from here on out.
You do.
The Indians have struggled, but you got to play here. You got to step up. You're in the moment. The biggest game of the 2018 season. You're playing for a sectional championship.
Let's turn down to Ian Van Winkle.
Plays down here on the Marion side. Hopefully Mississinewa can counter. They're going to have to beat the Dre Aguilar-led Giants. And it's going to be a tough task, but let's see what Mississinewa can do and see if Funk can do some trickery. Back up to you guys.
Thanks to Ian Van Winkle again from the sideline. Here comes the kick. Kind of a high kick, and this one goes to Heisman Skeens. Skeens takes it to the middle of the field and then falls at the 25, and that's where the Indians take over on offense. Ryan, you got to get some points here.
Yeah, there's no time to be, waiting around at this point. You have to get a touchdown or 2 or more if you want to come up with more numbers on the scoreboard. If you're Indians, you got to get going.
You either got to get a field goal or a touchdown here. You have to get something.
Yeah, there's no waiting around now. You have to get going. You can't go slow like the Indians started off. You have to pick up the momentum and get going. It's key for the Indians right now.
Still kind of hard to do that when you have the defensive talent of Marion, but here we go. Skeens will keep the ball and get 4, maybe 5. I think he only got 4. We'll see where they officially mark the ball. It should either be, he got 3, so second and 7. Juan Carlos Ramirez on the stop for Marion. So now Skeens again will be in the backfield with Cade Campbell. The Indians in desperate need of some points here. Andrew Cruz in motion to this side. Here's Skeens. Hands it off to Campbell and brought down by his shoulder pads, what normally is called a horse collar. But he's dropped in the backfield, a loss of yards by Jaquan Reeves, and it's going to be 3rd down and probably 9 or 10. It's 3rd and 10. No, 3rd and 11.
Ball will be on the 24-yard line. Indians have to get going.
Skeens at the quarterback position. 2 receivers to the far side. Carson Campbell the slot. Skeens fakes hands off. Rolls out to pass. Will look. Throw it. And Drew Castanon. Oh, they called it incomplete, and he has it in his hands. Ryan, are you at the point in the game where you go for it?
I mean, yeah. Yeah, you have to go for it now. Even though you got another quarter to go to, but you're down by 2 touchdowns. You got to go. You got to get going.
They're dropping back to punt. Because if you turn the ball over, the Giants get the ball right there.
Yep.
Your defense has got to step up. Bat snap, the punt. A nice kick for Skeens. So J.K. Thomas calls for the fair catch, and now the Giants will take over on offense. Second down and 20. Not 2 minutes and 20. I keep on looking at the wrong one. 2 minutes and 20 seconds. It's going to be 1st down and 10. Ball on the Giant 38. The Giants are going to milk the clock, I'm sure, and that's why you got to get stops.
Yep, you got to get stops.
I would say a touchdown for Marion on this possession, and your season's probably over if you're Mississinewa.
Yep.
The Indian fans chant defense. Here's Taylor. Hands off. You're going to keep it. Taylor to the 40. There's a flag in the backfield, probably holding, and Taylor's gone.
Yep,
He's
Taylor is gone, and that'll be a three touchdown lead for the Marion Giants. There will be a flag on the play.
It's holding against Marion. So the play is coming back. Ryan, the Indians down a touchdown and a field goal, down by 10. That would have put them down 17, which is a 3-score game.
Yes. Yeah, the Indians, I'm going to keep on saying it until it's the 4th quarter with 3 zeros on the clock. You have to get stops. The Indians have to get stops, and they have to get stops quick.
You cannot continue to let Marion get out in the open field. You're not going to catch them.
No, they're too fast, especially going down the sideline. Again, the Indians have to get stops.
So Marion with the ball. It's 1st down and 20.
Ball's
the
on
Indian
the 20.
fans chant defense again. I'm sure you can hear them in the background. The defensive chants continue. Here's J.K. Thomas now at the quarterback position. Thomas fakes the handoff. He rolls out.
He'll be sacked in the backfield.
Tobias Meade will throw him
out of bounds.
Out of bounds. We talked about it, Ryan. You got to get Tobias Meade and you got to get Kyler Funk going defensively. If those two get going defensively, you just got to rely on offense because defensively, they're not going anywhere. We're going to send it down to the sideline with Ian Van Winkle.
Here's the student fans. They're still going.
Here we go. 2nd and 28. Taylor rolls out. Throws it to Thomas. It was an incomplete pass.
He
tried to pick it up and keep running. That's not a fumble.
He thinks he can get away with
But Ryan, the bad news, Tobias Meade lays on the ground on the Indian sideline in pain. This is not good.
No.
We talked about him getting going, and he stands right back up.
Yeah, he's like, I'm ready.
He said, I'm going back to the field, and Coach Greentree said no. And he looks at Coach Barnes and says, I'm going out on the field. Coach Barnes said, get back. Tobias wants to go. Indian fans chanting defense. 3rd and 28. Here is Taylor looking to keep it. He's going to roll out. and be ran out of bounds by Bryce Ludke. He only got 6 or 7, and that's still going to be 3rd and 20. Tobias Mead, guess what? He just took off running back on the field, so that's good. Tobias Mead back to the field.
4th down, ball's on the 20.
John Johnson
22.
coming out.
28 to go.
So we get a stop. Now
Yeah.
you got to capitalize on that stop, Ryan.
Yeah, you have to keep on going. Just like that stop here, you have to get stops early. Stops early is key for the Indians at this part and this time in the game.
Here is Thomas. The punt. And Skeens will catch it at the 41. That was J.K. Thomas on the punt. And the Indians take over, 1st down and 10.
And the Indians have to score here. Again, the Indians have to score to be able to move or to tie it up.
1 minute and 3 seconds to play. Indians with the ball. This is Heisman Skeens. Skeens rolling out, cuts inside. Is going to kick it out to Campbell at the 40. Campbell will dive forward, a gain of 3.
Yeah. The short game is going to work for the Indians. If they keep going and they keep pushing to get down into the Indians' logo to the end zone, the Indians have an advantage. But the Indians have to keep going, and they have to keep fighting.
Clock continues to run. Here is Skeens. Cruz goes in motion to this side. Skeens, the snap, the handoff, no, a fake handoff, and he keeps it, and he's knocked down in the backfield by number 15 of the Giants. Who was that? Xavier G again. Clock continues to run. They're down to 6, 5. Down to 2, 1. And at the end of the 3rd quarter, 12 minutes remain. The Indians are down by 10. At the end of 3, Marion 19, Mississinewa 9. The 4th quarter comes up next in 60 seconds. This is the IHSAA Sectional 21 Championship, live from Mississinewa High School. Welcome back to Fisher Field in Gas City, where the Indians are down to 12 minutes, and their season is on the line. 3rd down and 7 at the 44. Heisman Skeens. Campbell in motion. Skeens under pressure. Look. He's going to throw, and it's caught! Drew Castanon takes the ball into Giant territory. It's 1st down for Mississinewa.
A great turnaround for the Indians.
When we talk about capitalization, that was it. Drew Castanon is so reliable. We will send it to the sideline with Ian Van Winkle.
Play by the Indians. I got a little fun fact for the viewers out there. There's a Coach Selty trails Funk during the whole game and pulls him back off the sideline so he doesn't get too far out of the coach's box. But I thought you guys would think that's interesting. Back up to you guys.
Thank you so much. Very, very interesting. The handoff to Campbell. He gets one. Right now, Ryan, I feel like the Indians have had so much success passing the ball. Why don't you keep trying it?
Yeah.
If you can get blocks from your linemen, Heisman Skeens can put the ball on the money,
Right.
and Drew Castanon's hands are like glue.
Yeah, you put him and you find him open, he's automatic.
The clock, having problems with the clock here at Fisher Field. The clock skipping by 2. Here's Skeens going to throw. Andrew Coos catches the ball, and he will not go down. A gain of about 5 or 6 on a beautiful dime pass right into the hands of number 31.
And you hear the Indians say, Cruz.
I just talked about you're having success passing the ball. Keep on doing it. The clock here at Fisher Field skipping.
Skipping by 2s.
2s and now up to 3s and running very fast.
Now it's back. It's back.
Here's Skeens. Hands off. Campbell up the middle. And he's dropped. I think he got the first, though.
Looks like it's almost back on track. That'll be a first down for Mississinewa.
This is where you capitalize, Ryan Scott. You've got to get to the end zone, and you got to get there in a hurry. You can't milk the clock. You've got to get to the end zone. Then you got to get a stop and get back to the end zone. It's only a 10-point game. If you get to the end zone, you get a stop. There's always the chance to kick a field goal for a tie or get to the end zone. You just want to have a chance. Skeens. Andrew Cruz in motion to this side. Here comes the snap. Skeens going to roll out to the left under heavy pressure. And he is brought down by number 17. Who was that? He came out of nowhere and leveled Heisman Skeens. Brandon Martin, a 6'6", 200-pound linebacker.
Yeah, that's a strong grab to the ground.
That is one strong individual. Second and 18 for Mississinewa. Skeens.
Ball is only 44.
Takes the snap, rolling out. Under pressure again. Now he's going to keep it, and look. He's going to run, cut inside, and get back to where he originally started at. He got 8, so I think it'll be 3rd down and 10.
Third down.
3rd and 11. Indians at the Giant 37, Ryan, because if it comes down to 4th down, you're in the situation you have to go for it.
Yeah,
you absolutely
it's
have
almost
to.
automatic. You got to push through.
The Indian season in jeopardy here tonight. Skeens, Campbell in motion. You got a block here. The snap. Skeens rolls out. He goes down in the backfield.
You got it, Dalton. You have to go for it right here. You have to.
You have to go for it. It's going to be 4th and probably 13. And if you don't get a first down here, your season, I don't want to say is over, but it is probably on the verge of being over. 4th and 16.
Jimmy B saying, I'm not sure you want to go for this. Well, he's a Marion Giant. The Indians have to go for it here if they want to stay alive. And, well, they do punt. That's surprising. It'll roll out of bounds at roughly the 20-yard line.
The clock just skipping and skipping and skipping. The last time it skipped 5 seconds. Something is seriously wrong with the clock.
What's going on is it has the right time, but it's just, I don't know how to say it, it's staying there, but once it gets to a certain time, it goes. So it's really it's probably still counting down in the operating system, but it's just skipping to that number. That's what my guess will be.
You got to get a 3 and out here.
Yes.
Here's Taylor. The snap, the handoff to Thomas at the line, gets probably 1 or 2, and then drove back. He ran into a wall of number 17. Kyler Funk was there to meet him. The clock just, something seriously going wrong here in Fisher Field.
Yeah, it's down by 2s. Yeah, it's.
Here is J.K. Thomas. He's brought down by Tobias Mead. And J.K. Thomas is hurt now.
Athletic Director Chance Young is making his way up to see what the heck is going on with the
We'll take a
scoreboard.
break because there's an injury and J.K. Thomas is in serious pain.
Injury is brought to you by Marion General Hospital, MGH. Gas City Rescue Squad has called for the gurney and the gator for J.K. Thomas.
Was to the Marion player, but the ambulance staff was coming out with a stretcher, and I don't know if it's serious enough to go ahead. It looks like Marion's going to take him back on their sideline. It's kind of confusing down here. We're not sure what happened. I know he was grabbing his legs a few plays before this happened. We're not sure how severe it is, but the ambulance staff has carted the stretcher back off, so I don't know. We'll see. Back up, you guys.
So you heard it from Ian Van Winkle there from the sideline, and we hope the best for J.K. Thomas, a phenomenal basketball player as well, so we hope for the best for J.K. Thomas.
Further, we got to get going with the final 6 minutes and 46 seconds, roughly 6:29 on our scoreboard.
Don't forget, coming up tomorrow at 1 o'clock, it will not be streamed live, but tomorrow at 1 o'clock, the Mississinewa Lady Indians basketball team is home for their season opener. Here's Taylor. Keyshawn takes the snap. Back. He's going to keep it. And hit by John Hall and stays on his feet. And he has ran out of bounds by number 35, Cade Campbell. But it's a first down for Marion.
Taylor on the carry around the left end. Good for Marion, first down.
Cade Campbell and Tobias Meade on the play.
.6:17 left to go in the fourth. The Indian season is in jeopardy. Here's the snap. Taylor, hands off. That Stamps. He was hit in the backfield by Cruz, but rushed forward for about a yard.
I am trying to see if I can see if they're putting him on the gurney or not. Looks like he is laying. I know I will for sure get an update by tomorrow morning on what exactly happened to J.K. Thomas.
.539 and counting. Taylor, the snap, fakes it. And he will be brought down by number 31, Andrew Cruz.
Cruz almost like he was airborne, then dropped him.
You got to get a stop here. It's third down and about 3, I would say. It is 3rd and 3 at the 43.
Yes.
If you get a stop and a score,
yep.
You're back in business, but you got to do it quickly. Here's the handoff. And Stamps will, I think, fall forward, and I think he got the first down.
Yeah, I think he did get the first down. I think he did, and
looks like the chains are moving. And they are, so it is a first down.
First down for the Giants.
down to 4 minutes and 40 seconds. Clock is continuing to run. The Indian fans sit in disbelief. The snap. Handoff, here's Stamps. Stamps cuts inside of a block, still on his feet.
He broke through at least 4, and looks like it'll be a first down. Yeah, 1st and 10 for the Giants. Let's send it down to Ian Van Winkle.
Here's a bad pass. It was intended for Burke.
Sounds like the student section got in Ian Van Winkle's ear. Looks like he's trying to move so we can hear him.
The Indians have got to get 2 scores in 3 minutes and 56 seconds. Ryan, this is basically it for the Indians.
Yeah, you just got to get I don't know how to put it. You have to get something fast. That's all I can put it as.
It's been a phenomenal year, nonetheless,
yes,
for Coach Funk and the Indians, but it's also been a phenomenal year for the Marion Giants.
Yes.
That's why they're undefeated and ranked number 1 in 4A. Here's Taylor. He gets the snap. This is Stamps. And a block in the back. I seen it.
Yep. They finally, well, I wouldn't say finally, but they saw it this time.
And again, Tobias Meade on the Indian sideline in pain.
Yep. Rescue squad, the athletic trainers, and the Marion team doctor is still
attending to J.K. Thomas. It looks like he's laying on the stretcher.
Yeah, he is laying on the stretcher. I don't know if the rescue squad is going to get an ambulance or a gator over there to J.K. Thomas, but he does not look in very good pain.
Three minutes and 51 seconds remain for the Indians. It's a 10-point game. It's second down and 18 at the 35, and the Giants have the football. We've said it the entire second half. You've got to get a stop and execute. And the Indians haven't been able to execute. Clock is running. Here is Taylor. Will get the snap and roll out.
He'll roll out to the visitor sideline, and he will break through one and be dropped down.
He's brought down by number 22, Drew Castanon, and a flag is thrown because Taylor comes up limping, but it was Drew Castanon on the stop, and I think Taylor may have said something to him, but I'm not sure. Officials talking about what's going to be called. Let's see the call. It's a personal foul against Marion.
Personal foul against the Giants. It almost looks like they're getting J.K. Thomas ready to transport, but I cannot tell from here.
It's going to be second down and 20 for Marion. Taylor stamps to the outside to the 30, cuts inside out to the 20, and John Hall lays in pain.
And another Indian down. Well, good thing the rescue squad got there, and the rescue squad is signaling. So that is not a good sign. The rescue squad is signaling to the Mississinewa sideline. The rescue squad is signaling to the visitor sideline, and the Mississinewa athletic trainer Julie Wilmer is making her way out to the field for another injured player. We have 3 injured players at the same time. There's John Hall at the 30-yard line, was injured. He is walking at this time. Now the Gas City Rescue Squad is more of them are making their way to Tobias Meade. Tobias Meade looks in pain as teammate Caden Cole comforts him. Marion will take it inside the 10. Be second down. Final 2 minutes here at Fisher Field. Taylor's going to take it inside the 2-yard line. First and goal for the Marion Giants. Marion is letting the clock run down. Touchdown for Marion, and that'll be the game. Indians looks like in sadness. 1:13 left to play. The Marion Giants are excited. Extra point for Marion. Good snap, and the kick is up and good. And we are going to say so long from Fisher Field. The Marion Giants win sectional 21. Marion 26, Mississinewa 9. So long from Fisher Field.
Good for an Indian first down. Antonio Brown on that play defensively for the Giants. Timeout Indians. Pass falls incomplete. And that's the end of the ball game. Final score, Marion 26, Mississinewa 9. For the team captains from the Marion Giants, to please meet Athletic Director Chance Young at midfield for the presentation of the championship trophy. On behalf of the IHSAA and the teams in Sectional 21, we would like to congratulate the Marion Giants